Wow. I can't believe it. I know the Knicks stole game 3. I know the Knicks have made this a series again. And I know that Tyrese Haliburton has been struggling, at least to his own standards. But even I didn't expect this. According to reports, the Indiana Pacers, in a desperate move to get Tyrese Haliburton and this Indiana Pacers team back on track, are bringing back Tyrese Haliburton's dad. Also, the Indiana Pacers may have just lost one of their best shooters and defenders due to an ankle injury. And I'm talking about Aaron Nesmith. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 52% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. The Pacers make a desperate move before Game 4 against the Knicks. The Knicks proved again why no lead is safe. 3 times now in the postseason, they have been down by 20 points. And every single time, they have come back and won the game. And after Game 3, the Knicks are taking a lot of momentum into Game 4. And the Pacers are desperate to do everything in their power to get this series back under their control. And I do mean that they'll do anything if that means giving themselves an advantage heading into Game 4. Anything. Their desperation level is at an all-time high. And because of that, they made the following announcement and decision. Shout out to Shams of ESPN for giving us this following information here. According to him, he states, Pops freed. Tyrese Haliburton's father, John Haliburton, will be allowed to attend Pacers home games in a suite beginning with Tuesday's pivotal Game 4 against the Knicks. John Haliburton missed 8 games following a confrontation with Giannis Antetokounmpo on April 29th. Now, I gotta say, I did not expect to see Tyrese Haliburton's dad attending any NBA games anytime soon. Essentially, that's what Haliburton said, what Haliburton's dad said, and what the NBA wanted. But then, the Knicks rally back from a 20-point deficit. They steal Game 3 after the Indiana Pacers choke that game. And magically, now Tyrese Haliburton's dad is allowed to come back to games. But here's what I do know that they believe. They know that Tyrese Haliburton, after Game 3, admitted openly that he takes that loss on himself. He blames himself. Even though you look at his stat line, you look at everything he's been doing, it looks pretty good, but it's not good enough for him. It is not up to his standards. So because of that, he said he was struggling. We have to remember, Haliburton has not been playing his best games over the last 2 outings, and he said so himself. According to Haliburton, he blamed himself for his team's struggles on offense in the second half of Game 3. According to Hallie, just trying to get guys in the right positions. This is what he stated when he was asked why he and his team slowed down from their usual up-tempo style in the second half. He continues by stating, I think down the stretch, a game like this comes down to 1 or 2 possessions. So just trying to execute the right way, get guys in the right spots. I'm already thinking about it, kicking myself for it. I think that's just part of it, and I got to be better there. Honestly, I think a lot of our offensive struggles in the second half were due to me, so I got to be better there, and I will be better in Game 4. Once again, Tyrese Haliburton's dad, John, will be allowed to attend Indiana Pacers home games in a suite beginning this Tuesday for Game 4 against the Knicks. So maybe his dad being back in the arena will give him and the Pacers the boost that they need. But honestly, I would not count on it. That's just his dad. It's his father. But if the Knicks continue to play that level of defense that we saw in the fourth quarter, that second half really against the Indiana Pacers in game 3, the Pacers can do whatever they want. They can make whatever desperate moves they want to make. It's not going to make a difference. New York is taking a lot of momentum headed into game 4. And that momentum is only growing stronger, especially when you consider the other issues the Indiana Pacers are dealing with. Now, I don't have to tell anybody who's watched this series how good Aaron Nesmith has been for that team, especially on defense and especially with hitting open threes and open shots. If he goes down, if he's not available for the Pacers, it is a significant blow for that team. Well, according to reports, Aaron Nesmith is dealing with an ankle injury, and because of that, we have no idea what his status is going to be for game 4 against the Knicks. Shout out to ESPN's Tim Bontemps for giving us the following information. According to him, Aaron Nesmith will likely be listed as a game-time decision tomorrow and probably will be questionable per Pacers coach Rick Carlisle, who said Nesmith was predictably sore. Nesmith was walking with a noticeable limp in the locker room post-game after an ankle sprain that he suffered in game 3. If he can't go for the Indiana Pacers, Jalen Brunson might have his first game where he gets to go off, because Nesmith, for the most part, especially on their switches or when Jalen Brunson is deep inside the paint, he is always around him, always hounding him, always trying to play aggressive defense on him. And for the most part, he's been able to slow down Jalen Brunson, if only by a little bit. But that little bit has helped the Pacers and slowed down Jalen Brunson, slowed down his momentum and what he can do for New York on the offensive side. But if they don't have Aaron Nesmith anymore and they have to throw different bodies and different players at Jalen Brunson, who, by the way, doesn't struggle for a series long, all he needs is a few games to figure out what's going on during a game, what's going to happen in terms of the players that's going to be guarding him, how they're going to guard him, and what they're going to do against him. And once he puts that all together, he's nearly unstoppable. And if you don't have one of your better defenders in Nesmith on the floor against Brunson, Brunson might exploit every single matchup possible, and in the process, cook all of those matchups and probably go off himself. And we need that type of game. We have been missing that signature Jalen Brunson game for this postseason run against the Indiana Pacers. And I'm not talking about putting up great points and having some good assists. I'm talking about making sure the Knicks are a better team when he's on the floor because of what he's doing with the ball on offense, because of the fact that he's facilitating at a very high level. He can do all of these things, but we haven't seen him put it all together against Indiana. And that's because, for the most part, they have been playing him well. You take Nesmith out of the equation, Jalen Brunson might have his best game of this series in game 4. Momentum is on the side of the Knicks. So call your daddy. Go ahead. Call dad. Call Papa. Call Papa Hallie. Call him on the phone. Beg him to come to your games. Beg for him to be there. Do that desperation move that you clearly need, you clearly want, because the Knicks shook the entire world when they took that game last night against the Pacers. A game that nobody thought the Knicks were going to come back in, even though we've been proving that that's the team that we've been all postseason long. But everybody wants to forget. Everybody wants to count us out. And everybody wants to turn the page on New York. Except this team. They won't allow it to happen. No matter what you do, no matter what changes you make, the Knicks will be ready for it. They're going to take game 4. And if they do that, and they tie this series 2 games apiece, they will regain home court advantage. And if they do that, they are not losing 3 straight games at home. That is not going to happen. Whoever wins game 4 is likely going to control the series even further. And I think the Knicks, if they steal game 4, is likely going to steal game 5 as well too, going back home. at MSG and not wanting to let that Garden crowd down again. The Indiana Pacers have a golden opportunity here to really take control of this series if they win Game 4. Do not count us out. Do not say we can't do it. And stop doubting the Knicks, because when you do that, New York always comes back and proves you wrong. Aren't you tired of looking a little bit foolish? If you are, then stop doubting the Knicks and start believing. Believe in this team and just know, even when it looks dark and you think they're out and they can't do it, it's during those moments that they believe that they can do it. And if they can believe during those times, then we owe it to them to believe in them as well too. And my faith will never shake. It will never waver until New York is taken down and beaten 4 times in a row. Until that happens, New York is still in this fight. They still have a chance, and that's all they need in order to win and go to the NBA Finals. The Knicks are still here, and they're not going anywhere. But what about you guys? What do you think about this desperate move by the Indiana Pacers, bringing back Tyrese Haliburton's father? And what about Tim Bontemps' updates here about Aaron Nesmith and his status for Game 4? Essentially, he's questionable and he may not play. And if he doesn't play, that could mean very good things for Jalen Brunson and could potentially mean he could have his best game of the series against the Pacers. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.